Good evening, guys. In last session, we understood what is EC2 service in the AWS, how to create virtual machines by using EC2, and how to deploy a application in the web server, and how to establish load balancing in the EC2. That information we have discussed. We know what is EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Launching EC2 instances, connecting to EC2 using PuTTY, installing web server in EC2 instance, creating web file, creating index.html file for web page, creating index.html file for web page, start and stop web server, adding security groups, creating load balancer, accessing application with load balancer. Load balancer is called as ELB, which is nothing but Elastic Load Balancer. So now EC2 is one of the famous service available in the AWS. So if you want to create the infrastructure, you need the machines. Those machines we are going to create by using EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. Elastic means you can create any number of instances as you want. Can I create 30 instances? Can I create 50 instances? Can I create 100 instances? You can create any number of instances, and you can increase the capacity of the instance also. That's why it is called Elastic Compute Cloud. Now, we are launching Linux machines. We are using Linux instances here. Are we installing the operating system in that instance, or we have ready-made systems in the EC2? There are AMIs available in the Amazon. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. That means pre-configured systems are already available in the EC2. Right. Now, as we are launching the Linux instances, we can connect to the Linux instance by using PuTTY with the help of SSH protocol. Right. Once we connected to the EC2 using PuTTY, we are installing a web server. Can anyone tell me why we are installing web server in the Linux machines? Can anyone tell me?
The website.
Yeah.
And the web applications.
If we are developing the web, developers are going to develop the web application. In order to run that web application, we need a web server. Web server will run the web application. That's the reason in the Linux machine, we are installing web server. Now, website page, the starting page of every website will be index.html only. That is the default page that we will use in every application. We can call it as a welcome page of the website. Right. We are creating that index.html file inside the var www.html folder. Then we are starting the server. Then by default, can we access that server which is running in the EC2 directly, or we need to add the security group for that? We need to add the security group. That means we need to open a protocol and port number. Then only people can access our EC2 instance and the server which is running in the EC2. All right. So if you have one web server to run your web application, what is the problem? If you have one server to run the web application, then what is the problem?
RPM will have high.
It is going to have more load. The load will be increased on the server. The load will be increased on the server. So that's why what we are going to do?
Load balancing.
We are going to create a load
multiple instances.
We are going to create multiple instances. That means instead of running our application in the one instance, we are going to run our application in the multiple instances. if my application running in the multiple instances, am I going to give the multiple URLs to the people to access our application, or we need to configure these multiple instances to one load balancer?
One load balancer.
We need to configure these instances to one load balancer. Now,
sir, one question.
1 second. We are going to create one load balancer. For the load balancer can we access directly? We need to add a security group for the load balancer also.
We need
Yes.
to add security group.
We need to add the security group for the load balancer also. Now we are sending HTTP request for the load balancer DNS. So we need to add a security group for the load balancer, and we are going to access the URL of the load balancer. When we access the URL of the load balancer, what the load balancer doing internally?
It will distribute the load among the different servers.
It is distributing the load to,
mechanism. It
is distributing the load to multiple servers which are connected to the load balancer. Now, for example, all of a sudden, if server got crashed in the load balancer, is the traffic is going to stop, or it is going to distribute the traffic to the single server which is connected?
Single server.
If there are two servers, if there are two instances available, all of a sudden one instance went down. All of a sudden one instance went down. Then what will happen? What the load balancer will do?
It distributes
the loads to only one server which is connected. Now tell me, in the real time, our applications are going to run with only one instance, or our application run with minimum 10 instances?
More than
one instance.
Yes, definitely. In the real time, every application will be running with more than one instance. If you go for only one instance now, then your application cannot handle that load. Your application cannot handle that load. So that's the reason we are going to run our application with the multiple instances. The advantage of going for multiple instances is whatever the incoming traffic is coming, the traffic will be distributed to multiple instances. If any one instance is down, or if any one server get crashed also, no issue. The remaining servers are up and running. They will process our application request. Okay. Yes, sir. Guys, anyone having a question now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
sir, if a server is using database,
Yep.
okay, if it's a static, then it's fine. But for database, then how the database is up to date with the both instance?
Sir, here in the instances, are you running the different applications, or you are going on one application?
One application.
One application will connect to one database only or not? That means your application is running in the multiple instances, but the data configuration, database properties are same in all the instances. Now, all the instances will connect to the single database only.
Yes, sir.
You understand? All the instances. Now, code is same, man. The code is same. The code you are running in the multiple instances. The code will connect to the single database only.
Then we need to create another database server, right?
Yeah, I mean, that will come to RDS service is available. Database, I will tell you how to work with RDS in Amazon. Database concept is there.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, database concept is there. We'll talk about the database concept in the coming classes.
Okay, sir.
All right. Fine, guys. Now, let's go to our AWS console. AWS console. It's been a long time. We have not logged into our AWS. Guys, did you terminated your load balancer and instances and everything?
No.
No.
Just pay the bill.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
Actually, sir, I have stopped in 2 instances, but load balancer need to stop or automatically
Delete.
Stop karo.
Ready for the bill.
No, कुछ नहीं होगा भाई.
सत्य 2 रुपए 4 रुपए हो जाएगा, दे देना.
ठीक है. All right. So just stop it, guys. Stop it.
Sir, why it is showing different UI for you? Actually, for us it is showing UI.
Sir, 1 second. Let me come back to the new UI. Whenever you logged in, see here, switch now.
yes, switching after switching. Yes.
Yeah, is this the UI that you guys are seeing now?
Yes.
Okay. I will also use this UI now. Okay. No issue.
Yeah.
Options will be set. That the look and feel will be different. That's it. Guys. New EC2 experience. New EC2 experience. They are giving the different UI. They're giving. They are trying to update their application to look more beautiful, guys. That's it. Okay, fine. Now, guys, here we got some experience with AWS cloud. We got some experience with AWS cloud, and we are able to understand. We are able to understand how to create an instance, how to create a instance, how to install a server, how to host a application, how to work with the security group. Okay, how to create a load balancer, and how to add the instances to the load balancer. And we are able to see practically, we are able to see the practically, we're able to see practically how the load is getting distributed to multiple servers. Now, guys, for certification purpose, in the company, in order to work with the EC2, this is sufficient, but some people are trying to go for the certification exams. Right now, here, we, as an experienced person, we need to know some more information about the, we need to know some more information about the AWS EC2 instances. What are those things is, first one is instance types. What types of the instances are available in the EC2? What type of instances are available in the EC2? And what are the families of the EC2 instances? Instances types. Instances types. There are several types of instances available in the EC2. We can categorize EC2 instances into 4 types, guys. We can categorize the EC2 instances into 4 types. First one is on-demand instances. We can categorize instances into multiple types. First one is on-demand instances. Second one is reserved instances. Second one is reserved instances. Third one is spot instances. Third one is spot instances. Fourth one is dedicated host. Fourth one is dedicated host. These are instance types available in the EC2. What is the first one, guys? First one is on-demand instance, on-demand instances. Now, second one is reserved instances. Third one is spot instances. Fourth one is dedicated host instances. Okay. Now let's talk about one after other. What is this on-demand instances? What is this on-demand instances? Can you tell me what is on-demand instance? On-demand means whenever you want, you will use it. Whenever you want, you will use it. Such a kind of instances are called as on-demanded instance. Now, as of now, we are using what type of instances in the AWS? On-demanded instances only. We are going to launch instance and we are going to select a launch instance option. We are choosing one AMI. We are choosing one AMI and we are selecting the next add instance type. Add instance type. We are choosing some instance types here. Okay. Here we are going for on-demanded instance. Whenever we want, we are creating this instance based on our requirement. We are creating. On-demand means based on the requirement we are creating. When you go for on-demand instances, for these instances, fixed price will be available. That is hourly basis. Fixed price will be available. That is hourly basis. Now, guys, here we are going to create one instance and we are going to start that instance. If you use that instance for 5 minutes also, it will be calculated as a 1 hour. Minimum time that they are going to consider as 1 hour to build the instances charge for you. Now, you are launching one EC2 instance. Now, you use that instance for 10 minutes and you stopped it. Whenever you stop it, they don't calculate the bill. But if your instance is running, they will calculate it. If you use for 10 minutes, do you think that they will charge for 10 minutes or they will charge for 1 hour? What is the minimum time that they are going to consider for bill generation, bill calculation? Hourly. Hourly. Fixed price will be available. Hourly basis they are going to use it. And in the on-demand instances, pay for what you use. Pay for what you have used. If you use for 10 hours, then you pay only for the 10 hours. If you use it for 10 hours, you pay only for the 10 hours. They are not going to charge extra for that. Okay. Now, in the on-demand instances, there is no commitment. There is no commitment. You use it and you stop it, you terminate it. you use it, you terminate it. There is no commitment between you and AWS when you go for on-demand instances. Now, guys, currently I'm using this instance and I'm going to terminate this instance. Can I get that instance back from the AWS again? Can I get the same instance from the AWS again? No, there is no commitment between us and there is no commitment between you and the AWS when you go for on-demand instance. When you want, you use it and you close it. When you want, you use it and you close it. Okay. Now, do you need to do any payment before using?
No, sir, no.
Are you doing any payments to use these instances in the EC2 now? No prior
sir.
payment. No prior payment. You use it based on your usage, they are going to calculate the bill amount. You use it based on your usage, they are going to calculate the bill amount. You are not going to pay anything before using. After using only, you have to pay the money for these on-demand instances. Now, guys, can you tell me, as of now, from last, I think 20 days onwards, we are using EC2 to learn the Linux concepts. I used EC2, and for load balancing also, I'm using EC2. For load balancing also, I'm using EC2. Can you tell me what type of instance we have used in the EC2 as of now? Can I say that we have used on-demand instance in the EC2?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, on demand. So there is fixed price for on-demand instances. Hourly, they are going to charge. Even if you use it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 40 minutes, they will consider as a 1 hour. Okay. Here, whatever you use, you just pay for that. Whatever you use, you just pay for that. Pay for what you have used in the on-demand instances. No prior payments. That means you don't need to pay anything before using, and there is no commitment between you and AWS when you go for this on-demand instances. No predictable usage. Can you guess how much? Can AWS guess how much you are going to use? Can you guess how much you are going to use? How much time you are going to use? No predictable usage. AWS cannot predict how much you are going to use. It depends upon your requirement, how much you are going to use. It depends on your requirement, how much you are going to use. This is on-demand instances. It is something like going to railway station and catching the train without booking a ticket. Are you able to see? Are you able to understand now? You want to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore. You want to go from Hyderabad to Bangalore. All of a sudden, you got a call from the Bangalore friend. Suddenly, you need to come to the Bangalore. So you don't have any option to book the ticket. All the buses are full. All the buses are full. Suddenly, you want to go to Bangalore. Then what you will do? You will go to a bus station, find out a bus which is traveling from Hyderabad to Bangalore. If seat is available, you take it and you travel. Or else go to railway station, catch the train, go there. That's it. There is no commitment. There is no commitment. There is no prior booking that you are doing. When you need it, you are doing it. That is called on-demand instances. There is a other concept in the AWS, guys, that is called reserved instances. What is that, guys? What is the next concept? Reserved instances. What is the meaning of reserved instances? Can you guess it now? Can you guess what is the meaning of reserved instances?
So we reserve it for a
long-term commitment. Long-term commitment. We are going to have a commitment with the AWS. I want only this instance for long time. I want this instance for next 5 years. I want this instance for next 3 years. I want to take this instance. That means it is like an advance booking. Advance booking, prior payment. You have to pay the bill prior and you have to book that. Prior payment. Sometimes you can go for a full payment. Sometimes you can go for partial payments also. It is something like a booking. It is something like a booking, prior payment. Now here AWS is going to give you these kind of reserved instances for 1 or 3 years of time. You can go for reserved instance for 1 year period, or you can go for 3 years period. 1 year period or 3 years period. When you go for these reserved instances, 70% discount on hourly prices. 75% discount they are providing on hourly prices. Whatever the general they will charge per hour, they are going to provide you some discount on these prices and predictable usage. predictable usage. You need to tell that how much you are going to use these instances. How much you are going to use these instances. Okay, there are some reserved instances also offering by AWS. When you want to go for these reserved instances, you need to have long-term commitment with the AWS. What is the minimum time that you need to take commitment from the AWS? 1 year. Maximum they are going to give you 3 years. After 3 years, if you want to still continue with that instance, you need to renewal your plan. You need to renewal your plan. Now, as the person is taking an instance for 1 year or 3 years of time, so that means they are going to calculate hours. That means 1 year, how many hours? Per day, 24 hours. 360 days into 365 days into 24 hours. Like that, they are going to calculate and you have to pay the bill amount. Then they will give you one reserved instance. So you need to tell them that you want 1 year reservation or you want a 3 years reservation. Based on your requirement, they are going to provide you. As now understand, per hour they are going to charge. So in a day, 24 hours. 24 hours you want to use one instance. That means how many hours you will use in the year? 24 hours per day. 365 days in the year. 365 into 24. Can you tell me? 365 into 24, guys. How many hours that you are going to use that instance? 365 into 24. 8,660, 8760 hours you are going to take that instance. That means 8,760 hours you want to use the instance. That is 1 year commitment. For 8,760 hours you have to pay the bill amount. For 8,760 hours you have to pay the bill amount if you want to go for reserved instance. On demand means no need to pay anything. You just use it. Whatever you use, you pay for that. Whatever you use, you pay for that. Okay, this is on-demanded instances and reserved instances available in the AWS. What are the remaining two types available? Spot instances available and dedicated host is available. Spot instances. Spot instances is nothing but a auction instances. Spot instances nothing but auction instances. AWS will conduct a bidding also. AWS will conduct the bidding also. The people who want to take those instances, they need to participate in the bidding and they need to go for that. On the bidding basis, they are going to provide the instances. Bidding will be available. That is nothing but auctioning will be available. Huge capacity for the cheaper price. Huge capacity for cheaper price. If you go for this, when they will conduct such kind of auctions, when they will conduct such kind of auction, have you seen that Kohli used car they are selling in the auction? Yes or no? Have you seen such kind of advertisement? Dhoni bat they are selling in the auction. Sachin Tendulkar bat they are selling in the auction. Kohli bike they are selling in the auction. That means costly bikes they are selling for the cheap prices. Costly items they are selling for the cheap prices. That is called as spot instance. So when the AWS is having a instance with a huge capacity, then they want to sell those instances in the market. They want to attract the people. So such kind of instances they are going to treat as spot instances and they are going to conduct the bidding and auctioning. Huge capacity systems they are going to provide for cheaper price. Huge capacity systems they are going to provide for cheaper price. Those instances are called as spot instances. Spot instances, right? Now they're going to provide applications. Some applications also will be available. Application with the start and end times. Application with the start and end times also they are going to mention in the spot instances. Okay. Now there is another category called dedicated instances are available. There is another category called dedicated instances are available. What is the meaning of dedicated, guys? What is the meaning of dedicated instance? If any customer need dedicated physical machine, if any customer needs a dedicated physical machine, then we will go for dedicated instances. Now I want that particular computer. I want a physical computer, not the virtual computer. I want a physical computer. That means I want one computer from the AWS. If you send a request to the AWS, AWS will send you one physical computer to your house. AWS will send you one physical computer to your house. If you want, AWS will send you one physical computer to your house. Licensed based softwares they are going to install and provide you. Licensed based softwares that they are going to provide you. Okay. Dedicated host is much costlier than others. Dedicated host is much costlier than others. Dedicated host is much costlier than others. So such kind of dedicated instances also providing by AWS. So these are 4 types of instance types that AWS is supporting. What are those 4 types, guys? First one is on-demand instances. Second one is reserved instances. Third one is spot instances. Fourth one is dedicated host. On-demand instances means fixed price. Hourly based price they are going to provide. Hourly based price they are going to provide. Pay for what you have used. And there is no commitment between you and the AWS when you are using on-demand instances. You no need to pay any amount in prior. Okay, reserved instances are available, long-term commitment will be available. That means you have to take the instances for 1 year period of time or 3 years period of time. They will provide you some discount also if you pay all the amount at a time. Okay, spot instances will be available. There are some instances in the EC2 with a huge capacity for the less price. When they want to sell such a kind of instances for rent, they are going to conduct a bidding or auctioning to provide such kinds of instances to the public. The people who participate in the bidding, they are going to take those spot instances. And if you have a special requirement, you want to take a particular computer, physical computer you want for your requirement. If you want a physical computer with all the softwares and all, then AWS is going to provide you a physical machine also. AWS is going to provide you a physical machine also with all the licensed based softwares. Licensed based softwares they are going to provide you. Licensed based softwares they are going to provide you. But here the thing is, dedicated host is much costlier than others. Dedicated host is much costlier than others. Much costlier than others. Okay. AWS minimum billing period is 1 hour. Guys, note that point. AWS cloud minimum billing period. AWS minimum billing period is 1 hour. If you use for 10 minutes or 5 minutes also, it is going to consider the charge amount for 1 hour. It is going to consider the charge for 1 hour. 5 minutes if you terminate, or 5 minutes you terminate, for every hour you are using 5 minutes, then they are going to consider as 2 hours. 9 to 10. Now see here, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. used for 5 minutes. Used for 5 minutes. Then again 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. used for 5 minutes. You use it for 5 minutes. Then how much time it is going to calculate, guys? Can you guess it? How much time AWS will consider? How much time you
2
have
hours.
used the EC2? Yes. EC2 is going to consider that usage period as 2 hours. They will consider this as 2 hours. AWS will consider this as 2 hours. So bill will be generated for 10 minutes or bill will be generated for 2 hours of usage. If you go with this scenario, bill will be generated for 10 minutes of usage or bill will be generated for 2 hours of usage.
2 hours of usage, sir.
Bill will be generated for 2 hours of usage. Bill will be generated for 2 hours of usage. Guys, if your AWS instance is stopped, will it be considered for the billing time? If your AWS instance is stopped, if your instance is stopped, are they going to consider this?
No, sir.
Are they going to consider this?
Sir, if you are using elastic IP, then it will chargeable.
All right. Now, If you are using some IPs dedicated to IPs, if you want to use, then it is chargeable. Normally, if you stop your instance, is it going to consider for the billing?
No, sir, no.
No, it is not going to consider for the billing. Okay. Now here, bill, if you stop, if your instance, first you are going to run the, if you are going to launch the instance, from the launch state, you are going to move the instance to running state. From the launch state, your instance will be moved to running state. From the running state, your instance can go to stop state. From the stop state, your instance can go to reboot state. From the reboot state, you can move the instance to terminate state. So these are the several states of the instances that we can see in the AWS. Whenever you create an instance, there is a instance state option. Guys, can you see? I have an instance now. Instance state: stop, start, reboot, terminate, hibernate, and terminate. What are the states are available? Stop. If you select it, select the instance, then what it is saying that start and terminate. Currently, what is the state of my instance, guys? What is the state of my instance?
Stop.
It is stopped. It is not running. It is not running. Now here, start instance, terminate instance. What is the meaning of start instance? What is the meaning of start instance? Run it. Okay. If you run that instance, that means it is under usage, then bill is going to calculate. Bill time is going to calculate for that. If you want to delete the instance, then completely you can terminate it. Terminate means removing the instance. Instance states in the EC2. EC2 instance states. EC2 instance states. This kind of question they will ask in the certification, guys. When you go for AWS certification, they will ask you how many states are available for EC2 instance. Which one is the EC2 instance state? They will give you some options. You have to find out which is the correct EC2 instance state. How many instance states are available in the EC2? That kind of questions that they will ask in the certification. Launch, running, stop, reboot, terminate. Whenever your instance is running, then it will be under bill. It will be under bill. If your instance is under stop, no bill. No bill. If your instance is under stop, then no bill for that. If it is running, then only bill will be considered for that. Terminate means destroy or kill. Killing. Terminate means killing the instance. We are removing that instance from our EC2. Removing the instance from the EC2. Are you guys able to understand this? Instance states and instance types. On-demand instances, reserved instances, spot instances, dedicated host instances. Now guys, can you see here in the EC2 UI, you can find out all these details. Now, I have created two instances already. Now, here in this EC2, can you see the EC2 dashboard, guys? Can you see the EC2 dashboard? Can you tell me how many instances I have already created in my EC2 dashboard? Two instances I
Two
have.
instances, sir.
What is the current state of those instances?
Stop.
Stopped. That means those instances are not running. I have stopped it. Can I move the instance from stopped state to start state?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Select this and I can move from instance state from stopped to start. What is the meaning of terminate instance?
Delete the instance.
Delete the instance. Okay. Now here there is an option called instances option is available. Can you guys read the options available in this menu, instances menu? Can you read the options available? Instance types, launch templates, spot requests, saving plans, reserved instances, dedicated hosts, capacity reservations. So that means they are providing you several options to decide instance. Now, what is the meaning of instance types? What is the meaning of instance types? What are the instances that AWS is supporting? What are the instance types that AWS is supporting? How many instances that AWS is supporting, guys? How many types of instances that AWS is supporting? 330. How many types of instances AWS is supporting, guys? 330 types of instances AWS is supporting. Out of this, which one is we are using currently? T2.micro we are using. Which instance type we are using currently, guys? T2.micro instance we are using currently. How much GB it is providing of, how much RAM size it is providing in that instance? 1 GB. 1 GB RAM is available in the micro instance. On-demand Linux pricing. What is the on-demanding Linux pricing for this instance if you use per hour? $0.01 per hour. Guys, can you understand how much price they are charging for this? How much price they are charging for this EC2 Linux machine? $0.01 per hour. If you use it for 5 minutes also, they will consider as a 1 hour. What is the pricing for 1 hour of the EC2 on-demand instance? 0.01 USD per hour. Suppose, for example, if you want to go for Windows, the price is increased or price is decreased? Little high, na? Little high. 0.017 USD, 0.01 USD, 0.017 USD per hour. Windows instance having little price high when compared with the Linux. Now, you see here, guys, there is an instance type available, C5 metal. C5 metal instance type is available, 25 gigabytes it is providing as a RAM capacity. 25 GB gigabytes RAM capacity it is providing. How much hours? How much they are charging per hour? $4 per hour. $4 means every dollar is 75 rupees. 75 into 4. That is the cost they are charging per hour. If you go for this instance type with a name called C5.metal. These are the types of the instances available in the EC2. C5.metal instance type, if you use, memory is 192, architecture is a 64-bit architecture, $4 per hour for Windows, sorry, Linux. If you go for Windows, come on, $8.4 per hour. $8.4 per hour. You can sort the instances based on the pricing. Oh my God. Can you see how much price they are charging per hour? Guys, can you see how much price they are charging per hour? Can you see an instance which is having $76 also per hour? I have seen one instance which is having the price as $76 per hour. What is this instance type, guys? UTB, U6TB, instance type U6TB large instance. CPUs, how many CPUs they are providing for that? 448 CPUs. Memory 6144. Network performance 100 gigabyte. $56 per hour if you go for Linux machine. $76 per hour if you go for Windows machine. Bill will be generated. If you use it for 5 minutes also, Bhaiya, if I use it for 5 minutes also, kya hoga?
Hours.
$76 I have to pay per hour. The minimum billing period is 1 hour. If you use it for 1 minute also,
Same only.
same. They are going to charge 1 hour price. For 1 hour, how much price they are charging for Linux machine? $56. $56 per hour. 56 into 75. You calculate it. If you go for Windows machine, $76 per hour, almost $77 per hour. 77 into 75. That much you have to pay per hour if you use. So is it can we call it as a normal machine or it is called as a super machine?
Super machine.
Supercomputer. Have you heard about supercomputer? Those supercomputers also available in the AWS. Paisa peko, tamasha deko.
Sir, one question.
Yeah.
Let's say we are creating the one instance.
Yes.
And suddenly I have stopped that instance. How much need to we pay? For
1 hour. 1 hour charge they are going to take.
Okay.
What type of, I mean, how much they are going to charge, it depends upon what instance you are choosing. What instance you are choosing? We are choosing what? T2.micro, na?
Yes, yes.
T2.micro. T2.micro. How much price there is there for T2.micro? T2.micro. How much price is there for T2.micro?
0.01.
T2.micro. We are going for which instance? T2.micro. What is the amount they are charging for T2.micro for Linux machine? $0.01 per hour. And one more thing is, if you go for T2.micro, 1 year free, 1 year free, you don't need to pay anything. 1 year free, you don't need to do anything, because 1 year, every month 750 hours they are going to provide you for free of cost. 1 year free service is available for T2.micro, guys. 750 hours free every month, you don't need to pay. If you use more than that, 750 hours, more than 750 hours in a month, all the instances, if you create 10 instances, if your total instances running period is more than 750 hours, then they are going to charge the bill amount. How much bill amount they are using? How much bill they are charging? $0.01 per hour. $0.01 per hour, not even $1, $0.01. Not even $1. $1 means 75 rupees. $0.01 per hour they are charging. $1 is equal to 75 rupees. Okay. So this it's nothing, guys. In terms of the price, this T2.micro pricing is nothing.
Sir, while we are creating the instance, there is one option. You can use storage up to 30.
Yeah, I will come to the next point. So that is the storage. That is called volumes concept. That is our next topic. Okay. So currently we are understanding instance types. Guys, now do you understand the instance types now? Do you understand the instance types now? Come
Yes.
on.
Yes.
So how you will know the pricing of the instances? There is a table, right? Instance types is available. Which instance type we are using in the EC2 at the time of creation? T2.micro. Why we are using T2.micro?
It's free.
It is free tier eligible. It is free tier eligible. How many years it is free? 1 year. 1 year. Monthly, how many hours you can use? 750 hours. 750 hours. So what is the minimum billing time they are going to consider?
1 hour.
1 hour. Even if you use it for 5 minutes also, they're going to consider this as a 1 hour. So now, if you cross that limit, hourly, how much they are going to charge? The pricing is same for the Windows, and the pricing for the Windows and Linux both is same, and the pricing is different for Windows and Linux.
Different.
Pricing is different. What is the pricing for the micro instances per hour? 0.01 USD. What is the pricing? 0.01 USD, 0.012. For Windows, 0.017. That is the pricing model that AWS is providing. Instance types. Next one, launch templates. Launch templates concept is available. EC2 launch templates, streamline, simplify and standardize instance launches, benefits and features, streamline provisioning, governance, create a shorter, easier to manage IAM policies, identity access management, minimize steps to provision instances with EC2 auto scaling, updates to a launch template can be automatically passed to an auto scaling group. You want to create some instance, you want to keep the template ready so that next time you can use that to launch it easily. When you want to go for auto scaling, what is the meaning of auto scaling? Adding the instance and removing the instance. Do you need to add the empty instance to the load balancer? You want to add an instance with some softwares and your application. We want to add the instances with some softwares and our application. That means keeping an instance ready with all the required configurations and the softwares is called as a template. When you want it, you can launch it easily. Launch templates. Next one, spot request is available. What is the meaning of spot request? Request for spot instances. What is the meaning of that? Spot instances. Did we discuss about spot instances or not?
Bidding.
Auctioning.
On demand bidding basis.
No. On demand is different. Nah. What is the meaning of on demand? On demand means whenever you want, you are using. On demand instance means what? Whenever you want, you are using. Spot instance means you are keeping a request for the spot instance. That means whenever there is a bidding is going to start, you will be notified with that. When the AWS is providing a spot instance, huge capacity system, the machine whose cost is 1 crore rupees, they are giving for 50 lakhs. The cost of the machine is 1 crore. but they are giving that for 50 lakhs. So that is a spot instance. A huge capacity they are providing for cheaper price. So in that such kind of scenario, you will be notified. That is called spot instance. Spot blueprints, batch, EC2 auto scaling group, EMR, EKS, like that. Some kind of spot request you can keep. As of now, do we have any request for the spot instance, or we don't have any request for the spot instance? We don't have any request for the spot instance. If you want to get that, then you can go for spot instances. Availability zones and instance types, availability zones and instance types. You can select the instance of availability zone, Windows or SUSE Linux, what kind of date range, 1 month range. So here, spot instances pricing history. Spot instances pricing history is available. Spot instance, that means if there is any bidding is going on in the AWS for the instances, huge capacity instances are coming for the cheaper price, then you can go for this is spot request. If you keep a spot request for spot instances. You currently have no resources in this region. If you are new to EC2 spot instances, visit the getting started page. They're giving you documentation also about Amazon EC2 spot instances. You can read this. Amazon EC2 spot instances let you take advantage of unused EC2 capacity in the AWS cloud. Spot instances are available at up to 90% discount compared to on-demand prices. You can use spot instances for various stateless, fault-tolerant, or flexible applications such as big data, workloads, CI/CD, and all. Okay. Moreover, you can easily combine the spot instances with the on-demand instances, RIs and saving plan instances for further optimize workload cost with the performance. If you want to save your money, and then you can opt for spot instances. Whenever the spot instances are available, AWS is going to provide you those instances. Okay. Next one, saving plans are available. What is the meaning of saving plan? How you can purchase? Compute saving plans. Saving plans are the flexible pricing model that offer low prices on EC2, Fargate and Lambda usage in exchange for a commitment to consistent amount of usage measured in hour for 1 or 3 years term. Right. Can you say these are reserved instances?
Yes.
Can I say these instances are reserved instances now? Saving plans. So before going for the reserved instances, you need to understand the saving plans. What is the minimum time that commitment that you need to take?
1 to 3 years.
1 to 3 hours.
1 year.
1 year or 3 years minimum.
Yes.
So saving plans will provide you flexibility to purchase the EC2 instance for minimum 1 year and maximum 3 years of time. So when you go for the saving plans, they are providing you some discount also. They're going to provide you some discount also. Okay. Flexible plans are available. Significant discount is available. Compute saving plans provide the most flexibility and help to reduce your cost by up to 66%. These plans are automatically applied to EC2 instances usage regardless of instances, family, size, availability zone, region, OS or tenancy. Lambda usage of duration, provisioned concurrency. Significant discount as get started. You can understand purchase saving plans. If you want to purchase the EC2 instance, that is called reserved instances. If you want to purchase, then you can go for this AWS and you can purchase the saving plans. You can purchase the instance for 1 year or you can purchase the instances for 3 years. Welcome to AWS cost management. Welcome to AWS cost management that they are going to show you. Okay. Reserved instances are available. If you want to reserve an instance and you want to purchase for 1 year, you want to use the same instance for 1 year. Reserved instances are available. Okay. Do I have any instance reserved? Do I have any instance reserved in my machine? I mean, in my account?
No.
No. So if you want, you can purchase it. If you have more money, so you can purchase up to 3 years. Come on, guys. Do you want to purchase now? Do you really need to purchase now? Not required.
no.
In the company people will do that. Why we need to purchase that, man? We are just
Sir,
learning.
you can gift us.
Oh, hacha. Okay. Next one. What is the next one here?
Namaskar.
Dedicated host. Dedicated host is
Physical
available.
machine.
What is the meaning of dedicated host? Physical machine. Amazon EC2 can now allocate and manage the dedicated host on your behalf to simplify the management experience. The simplified management experience includes the ability to launch different instance sizes on host, share host across accounts, automatically recover host, and much more. A physical machines that they are going to maintain for you. The physical machine that they are going to maintain for you. If you are very particular about your instances, if you are very particular about your machine, if you are very particular about your machine, you want to maintain your machine separately, then you need to go for what? Dedicated instances. If any customer needs the dedicated in physical machines, then you can opt for dedicated instances. Licensed based softwares, dedicated host is much costlier than others. Why they are going for dedicated? Why dedicated host is much costlier than others?
It's not shared with anyone.
It is only for you. It is only for you. Now, simple example, man. If you want to purchase a 3 BHK plot in the apartment, you can get it for 1 crore. 3 BHK flat in the apartment you can get for 1 crore in the Hyderabad. Okay. Can you get individual house for 1 crore in Hyderabad? Can you get individual house for 1 crore in Hyderabad?
No, sir. No.
No. Individual house means it is only for you. Individual house means it is only for you. The cost is more. If you go for apartment, shared flat. Flat is shared. So water you have to share, power you have to share, so gym you have to share, gym you have to share, clubhouse you have to share, swimming pool you have to share. So there is a sharing when you purchase a flat in the apartment. So the cost is 1 crore. But when you go for individual house, only you will be there, only you will use that. That's why the cost will be more when you go for dedicated instances in the AWS. I hope you guys understood how many types of instances are available in the EC2. On-demand instances are available, reserved instances are available, on-demand instances are available, reserved instances are available, spot instances are available, dedicated host instances also available. Whatever we are using, what type of instance we are using as of now? Can anyone tell me? What type of instances we are using as of now? Can anyone tell me? We are using on-demand instances. Okay, fixed price, minimum pricing period is 1 hour. Pay for what you use. You no need to have any commitment, no prior payment. Okay, reserved instances, you are going to purchase the instance for 1 year. Minimum you have to purchase for 1 year. Maximum you can purchase for 3 years. You have to do the payment first and you have to purchase that. They will provide you some discount also. Hourly they are going to calculate every day 24 hours. 1 year means 365 days into 24 hours. It's approximately 8,000 hours. For 8,000 hours you have to pay the bill. Then you have to use the reserved instance. They will give that instance for you. And another type is spot instances. If there are any special instances are available with a huge capacity for less price, then AWS is going to provide you that spot instances in the bidding manner. Whoever is paying more money, for them they are going to provide that instance. Can you reserve that spot instance? No. You have to participate in the bidding. Whoever is giving the more money, for them AWS will give that instance. That is called spot instance. And what is a dedicated instance or dedicated host? Dedicated host. If any customer is very particular about that instance, he want to use only he want to use that instance, then he can go for dedicated instances. AWS cloud minimum billing period is 1 hour. I have given you a scenario. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. you used it for 5 minutes only. Then you stopped it. Again 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. you used it for 5 minutes. In that period 1 hour, in this period 1 hour they are going to calculate. So total your usage is 2 hours. They are going to consider this 2 hours. They are going to consider this for 2 years, 2 hours. AWS free trial account for 1 year. AWS account is free. AWS account is free for 1 year. AWS account is free for 1 year. 750 hours per month is free. 750 hours per month free. If your limit cross this, then bill generation will start for you and you have to pay that bill. Hourly prices are available. Pricing model also we have seen. We are using one instance family member called T2.micro. Micro is a free tier eligible. 750 hours per month it is free and 1 year subscription is free. 1 year subscription is free and 750 hours monthly usage is free. Okay. Now EC2 families. We need to talk about EC2 families. Just now we have seen T2.nano, T2.micro, T2.small, T2.medium, T2.large, T2x large. Like that, there are several EC2 families are available. Okay. EC2 families, EC2 instance types we understood, instance states we understood. Now we need to understand about EC2 families. EC2 families. There is only one family or multiple families are available in the EC2. There are multiple families are available in the EC2. Where we can understand that if you go for EC2 types, families are available. Families are available. T2 family, C2 family, C1 family, U2 family, U3 family, like that there are several families are available in the EC2. Based on that family, they are providing you the prices. Now, all these are belongs to which family, guys? Can I say T1 family, T2 family? T1 family, T2 family is available. T1, T2, T3, A1, C1, C3, C4, C5, C5, like that there are several plans are available in the EC2. Page size I want to go for 50 instances. Page size I want to go for 50 instances. 50 instances are displaying. So now EC2 instance families are available, guys. There are several families are available in the EC2. Family member is an instance type. General instances are available. EC2 families, general instances, memory instances, CPU instances, and storage instances, GPU instances. EC2 having several families. What is that, guys? EC2 having several families. EC2 having several families. What are the family types available in the EC2? What are the families available in the EC2? T1, T2, T3, T3, T3A, T4G, T4G, A1, C1, C3, C4, like that. There are several families are available in the EC2. One is T1, second one is T2, T3, T4, T4G, A1, C1, C3, C4. These are the instances families. These are the EC2 families. T1, T2, T3, T4G, A1, C1, C3, C4. Now, can you tell me which family member we are using? Which family member we are using? Come on, guys. Which family member we are using? T2 family member we are using. T2.micro. We are using T2.micro. T2.micro. So T2 is a one family in the EC2. Like that, there are several families are available. Several families are available. Like T1, T2, T3, T4G, A1, C1, C3, C4. These all are called as families. Now in the EC2 families, they are categorized into some general instances for general purpose. For general purpose, there are some general instances are available. Family member, nothing but instance type. Okay. Memory instances are available. If you want more memory, then you need to go for, if you need more memory for your application. If you need more memory, then you need to go for memory based instances. Some instances are for general purpose. Some instances to give you more memory based instances. If you want more CPUs, CPU instances are available. Those instances will provide you more CPU power. CPU instances will give you more CPU capacity. Storage instances are available. They will provide you more storage capacity. Storage instances, more storage capacity. More storage capacity will be available. GPU instances are available. Which will provide you some graphics related machines, graphics and heavy machines. 3D making. If you want to make 3D kind of movies, 3D movies that you want to prepare, then they want a machine with high configurations, heavy machines they want. Then they will go for GPU instances. If you want to use instances for your general purpose, if you want to use instance for general purpose, go for general instances. T2 is a general family. T2 family comes under general. If your instance memory is more important, then you go for memory based instances. If CPU is more important for you, then go for CPU based instances. If your storage is more important for you, then go for storage based instances. If graphics and heavy machines, if you want, then you go for GPU instances. Now, general instances. When it comes under general instances, when it comes under general instances, then T2.nano. What are the general instances available, guys? T2.nano is available. T2.nano is available. Then T2.micro is available. T2.nano, T2.micro, T2.small available. T2.medium is available. T2.medium is available. T2.medium is available. T2.large available. Large available. T2.xlarge is available. So what is the difference here? What is the difference here? T2.nano is going to contain 0.5 GB RAM. What is the RAM capacity in the T2.nano? 0.5 GB RAM. Here 1 GB is available, 1 GB RAM available, and 1 CPU will be available. Small nothing but 2 GB RAM will be available. 2 GB RAM will be available. Medium nothing but 4 GB RAM will be available. Just I'm telling you the difference between the types, right? Here if you see 4 GB RAM, for example, here if you see they may have 8 GB RAM. Here if you see they may have 16 GB RAM. 16 GB RAM. So like this, these instances are different in the power and in the RAM, in the network, in the power, in the RAM, in the network. These instances are different. These instances are different. 16 GB RAM is also available. Out of all these things, we are using one instance family member, which is called T2.micro. We are using which instance, guys? T2.micro. T2.micro comes under general instance. T2.micro comes under general instance. Okay. If you go for T2.small, 2 GB RAM. For our micro, it is giving only 1 GB RAM. It is giving only 1 GB RAM. These are EC2 families. Now, tell me, in the EC2 currently we are using which family member? Which family member we are using? Are we using CPU family? Or we are using memory family? Or we are using GPU family? Or we are using general family? Which family we are using now? General family. General family. Okay. We are using general family. In the general family, who is our family member? In the general family, who is our family member? T2 large, T2 small, or T2 micro, or T2 nano? Which member we are using? T2.micro. T2.micro is a family member, belongs to general instance family in the EC2, which is a free tier eligible. Which is free tier eligible. 750 hours per month it is free. 1 year subscription is free. 1 year subscription is free. 750 hours per month it is free. If you cross it, then hourly they are going to charge. Minimum billing period calculation time is 1 hour. For 1 hour Linux machines, they are charging 0.012 USD per hour. If it is Windows, 0.017 USD they are charging per hour. So you need to know this billing pricing chart also. How much AWS is charging? What type of instances are available in the AWS? What type of instances are available in the AWS? These things also that we have to understand. All clear, guys? All clear? Any questions, anyone? Yeah, so this guys, these kind of things that you have to understand, because you are going to work as an experienced person in the AWS. So this theoretical knowledge is important for you. What is EC2? Resizable machines. Okay. How many types of EC2 instances available? On-demand instances, reserved instances, spot instances, dedicated host instances available. What is the instance state? Stop, start, terminate, reboot. These instance states are available. What are the families are available? General purpose family, general instances, memory instances, CPU instances, storage instances, GPU instances are available. In the general instances family, there are several family. In the general instance family, there are several family members are there. T2.nano, T2.micro, T2.small, T2.medium, T2.large, T2.x large. Out of these family members, our favorite family member is T2.micro. That is having 1 GB RAM, one virtual CPU. That is free tier eligible family member. We are using that for free of cost to lend the AWS. Tomorrow in the company, they may use any family member according to their requirement. In the company, they may use any family member according to their requirement. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? Very good. Very good. Guys, next one. In the EC2 instances, we need to talk about one concept called volumes. We need to talk about one concept called volumes. Volumes available, snapshots available. Volumes available, snapshots available. Can we talk about volumes and snapshots in the tomorrow session? Can we take the class tomorrow? Can we take the class tomorrow? Sunday? Or you want me to take on Monday? It's up to you. Monday? I can take tomorrow at 5 p.m., 5 to 6 p.m., 5 to 6:30. Volumes concept I have to cover. Volumes and snapshots I have to cover. Volumes and snapshots. Guys, I think we are going slow. Let's have a class tomorrow, 5 to 6:30. Let's have a class tomorrow because I was having some leaves in the week, right? So 8 p.m. is fine tomorrow. That's also fine for me. Take from 8 p.m. Regular timing is also fine. Regular timing is also fine for me. Okay, then let's have a class tomorrow at 8 p.m. Let's have a class at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, we have a class tomorrow at 8 p.m. We will talk about the volumes and snapshots. Right. I will update the message in the group. Tomorrow we have a class. Thank you, guys. Thank you. With this, I'm stopping for today. We'll continue in the tomorrow session. Tomorrow we have a class at regular time, 8 p.m. IST. Tomorrow we'll talk about volumes and snapshots in the EC2. Bye-bye.